I'm the Assistant Director of Traffic for the Augusta Engineering Department.
So what is happening on Wrightsboro Road?
Well, we have a lot of different projects on Wrightsboro Road. Many people noticed that we just finished right before the Thanksgiving holiday the improvements down at Bobby Jones at the interstate, and we added longer left turn lanes, and we sort of moved them, to the other side of the street, and we improved that whole interchange, and it works much better now than it did before. We have a second project that's currently going on at the intersection of Wrightsboro Road and North Leg, or Jackson, whichever road changes names there. And it's widening the intersection. So after we're done, there'll be a new traffic signal there. That'll be upgraded. There's more lanes, and the storage for the left turn and the right turn lanes will be increased. So just overall, that the way that intersection works should improve, and we should be able to get people through that location without a whole lot of delay. And then we have another upcoming project on Wrightsboro Road between North Leg and Highland Avenue, and we just recently acquired a design engineer to do the design work for that and help us out through that process. And that process is going to hopefully will resurface the road, and right now there's a lot of potholes and dips and things in it, and so we're going to fix all of that. And we also hope to maybe add a lane or make use of the space better. So the road isn't going to be widened, but what space we do have, we hope to use in a better way than it currently is now.
So what is the expected end date for these projects?
Well, the one by the freeway is essentially done. There's a few small things that have to be finished, but it's essentially complete, and it should be 100% complete by the end of this month. The North Lake project at the intersection, we were really hoping to have it done by Christmas, but we didn't quite make it because of weather and some other delays. So it should be done. Our new goal is to have it done a month or so before the Masters tournament to make sure there's no construction in that area during the Masters tournament. And then we just acquired our contractor or consultant for the last piece that I mentioned, and so it'll take them a little while to go through the process of doing all the studies and doing everything that GDOT requires us to do with the money, and then also to do the design for the future road. So we're anticipating probably in about 2 years that piece will be redone. We'll start construction on the new project.
Is that the one on Highland?
That's the one between Highland and North Leg. So we'll start construction on that new piece of Wrightsboro Road probably in about 2 years.
So how much is this whole project costing, or if you could break down each one?
I don't know the cost of each one. I know all of them together is in the millions of dollars.
That's what I would rather, but I didn't know if you knew one or the other.
So we've spent probably several $1 million between all three of the projects. It just sort of worked out that they all sort of are happening at the same time. That was not really our intention. Some of these have been on the shelf for quite a while, and we just now got the money to do them. So that's why they all sort of happened at the same time through various funding sources, whether it be TIA project or some of the other funding sources that we have through the state. They all just sort of came about all at the same time. So, but we spent a lot of money in there, and I think it'll really improve the traffic around that part of Augusta for a long time to come.
So what do you say to the people that, I'm sure you sat in the traffic, how it is now? I know it has to get worse before it gets better, but for the people that see the backup traffic, they don't know what's going on because they haven't seen the story yet. What do you say to those people?
Just be patient, and we always, put out a press release, and we always sort of try to make the public aware that when a project is going to start. And the best thing to do is, if you don't want to be delayed, try to find another route around where you want to go. I know, there's only one mall, and that's how you get there, and so you just have to drive through it if that's where you're going. But for a lot of people that commute from one place to another, whether it's to work or to home, and they're just driving through there, find another way to go, find an alternate route, and that'll save you some time, and it'll also help with, our construction and stuff when we're working.
Is there any hazards that people should be aware of while they're going through that area? I know it gets confusing because the turn lanes are like the little tape. Mm-hmm. Right now.
Yeah, at the intersection of North Leg and Wrightsboro, just sort of pay attention and be cautious, because we are shifting lanes. They've had to build one side of the intersection, and once they finish with that, they're going to shift to the other side. So the lanes are sort of in flux, and they're constantly moving from one side to the other as we try to finish the construction. So as you go through there, just sort of pay attention and make sure that you're in the right spot. And we will put out a press release, and we will definitely make the public aware that things are going to change. But at the same time, if you drive through there today, in a week it may be different. So just keep aware of what's going on.
And how important is the need for this? Because I think everybody was mad about the part that just got finished, and now that it's finished, I think everyone's happy about it. So I think they're mad when they see it under construction and then it gets finished and they're like, oh no, this was beneficial. So what was the dire need for all of this?
Well, Augusta continues to grow. We all know Fort Gordon has continued to grow, and they plan to grow quite a bit in the next few years. With the growth of the cyber industry here in Augusta, that brings in all kinds of people that need to work in those industries. So it's just growth in general, and for a long time everything was sort of just maintained, and there wasn't a whole lot of construction projects going on. But now with the TIA program and some of the other funding sources, we have money to actually improve our roadways, and so it is painful during the construction process, because it's there's delays and it's confusing, and people are in your way, and we understand all that, but you have to do that to get to the end product, which is something that's going to improve the safety of our roadways, improve the traffic flow, so you will be delayed less and you'll be able to go where you want to go quicker. And so this is all just part of that process.
And have you talked to businesses around there?
Yes, we always notify the businesses when there's a construction project that's going to start. We typically have some meetings with them to get their input on what they would like to see, and also what sort of impacts it'll have on their business, and how we can best help them to keep their business open and thriving.
So are they on board with this?
With what?
Like the construction and the projects?
Well, any business owner doesn't like the fact that sometimes the road's under construction and it's more difficult to get to their business. But we do the best we can to accommodate them, to make sure it's very clear how you can get in and get out, and make sure it's never closed off, so they're not impacted too much.